Hi, my name is Faith Neese. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, licensed marriage and family therapist, and associate sex addiction therapist in practice with Next Chapter Addiction Recovery in Delray Beach, Florida. This year at the IITAP Symposium, I've presented on experiential activities and group work using the 30 tasks in a new and creative way. The purpose behind this workshop was to look at taking the 30-task model and going from the cognitive behavioral approach of the clients writing and expressing through verbal to expressing through somatic, as well as re-experiencing the tasks in a body sensation, as well as mirroring through the group process. In our presentation, we went over using spectrograms. Spectrograms are a method of looking at the room and seeing on a Likert scale of 0 to 10 what clients may be experiencing. Topics such as how triggered they've been that week, how motivated they are to work, or what they've been struggling with as far as on a scale of 0 to 10 of what's going on for them in the workbook. If they are on chapter 2 and what that has been like, or to chapter 6 to 7. So it gives you a way to look at what's going on in the group and how to plan for group activities, as well as clients to see each other and where they are in their process. This method of checking in starts off the group in a dynamic way so that if they're coming in unmotivated or unsure, they can step into just experiencing instead of sitting in their chairs. We moved on to look at a 30-task model game where we take scenarios that clients may present in group and look at what tasks they're on and what tasks they want to get to. This was using the 30-task map model, and we walked through looking at when clients skip ahead from task 7 to maybe task 18, where they might be missing out on the process, and showing them with the reflection of the map what they might be missing by trying to move ahead too quickly. We then went into a demonstration of using the denial worksheet in an experiential way. This involved choosing a client to pick different parts of their denial system by having group members represent their denial. You could also do this in a smaller group or individual session by having scarves and having the client name each scarf as each part of the denial system. These include intellectualizing, compartmentalizing, minimizing, and rationalizing. Taking this activity, we then ask the client to enroll their addict as well as their recovery self, using their recovery self to then identify tools to help transform their denial from something that gets in the way of their recovering part to empowering their recovery part. These tools include having a sponsor, going to group, sharing tasks from their workbook, using the relationship with their higher power, and any other tools that they've identified that have worked for them in reducing the presence of their addiction and denial process. After this, we then gave feedback as far as group members, what it was like as a large group to see this activity done, as well as tips for clinicians. One of the things that can hold back us as clinicians in doing experiential activities is the fear that we might be doing it wrong. When a client gets the opportunity to do an experiential activity, there is no wrong way. This is that even if we give a recommendation to the client of why don't you try discussing this with this part of denial, they may say no, which gives them an empowering experience, and they get to define what experiential activity, how the experiential activity is going to go. As a clinician, this means monitoring your anxiety, reducing the need to control, and being comfortable with the spontaneity of the group process. All of the tasks that are outlined in any of the workbooks could be applied to an experiential activity as long as you're creative and open to allowing the group members to guide the process. By incorporating interpretation of what you see clients enacting, you can then give them feedback and help utilize their internal intuitive knowing into constructive growth. We closed our session by doing a logogram. Logogram is where you identify 4 corners of the room and seeing what 4 corners the clients may step into to identify how group was for them, if it reduced any shame, anxiety, fear, confusion, if they have more work to do based off of the group at the time, or if they feel resolved. You can also have this be where I got nothing from group, I got a good amount of information from group, this was a really excellent group for me, I'm going to take a lot for me, or this is the best group I've ever been in. So this also gives us feedback as clinicians for what's working and what may not be working. when you ask clients to do either the spectrogram or logogram, it's important to have them speak from the spot that they've chosen, asking them what it feels like to be in the position that they chose, why they chose that position, and if they want to be in a different spot, what they need in order to get there. As you move forward as a clinician, using experiential activities and translating the tasks into experiential model for group, individual, or even couples therapy, it's important to remember that this process allows the client to get into their body, to experience a new understanding of what it feels like to experience their denial or their recovery cycle, or maybe even their courtship inventory, taking this information from a cognitive to a physical reality of the work, combining both the cognitive piece and the somatic experience piece through the use of experiential work will help clients deepen their understanding of healing and recovery, as well as allow you as a clinician to be innovative in your work and more effective as a CSAT.